I'm with Maserati Bay in the first race at Caulfield. Let's hope it can get us off to a winning start.
Maserati Bay just in front of Desert Icon is going to be close on the line, very close.
With Deep Strike in race 2.
Deep Strike punched out in front from Daniel Moore, and Deep Strike won it. Deep Strike by 3/4 of a length.
I'm with Paperboy in the last.
But Paperboy is holding on. Paperboy won the last. A long neck old flame.
Hello everyone and welcome to another race day preview. It's Easter Cup and Victoria Handicap Day on Saturday at Caulfield. 2 Group 3 races. Can't wait to get stuck into it. Let's get into the first. Race 1 is a 2-year-old handicap over the 1200 metres, and Zar goes up favourite at $3 in the China Horse Club colours for John McNeil, and Peter and Paul Snowden was a dominant last start, debut winner, and this was its debut up in Sydney. Now, this was a very good win where it sprouted wings basically in the last 75 metres and got the job done. I've made this somehow my best of the day. I found it pretty hard at Caulfield on the weekend to find the best, but this one is. I think from gate 7, it can jump well and settle, hopefully midfield, maybe 2 pairs back, can peel off their backs late, and hopefully can run over them all late. In a race where there looks to be just a moderate speed, it'll be close enough to strike. So I've got it on top. +4's got a long way back last time, but it jumped well, so I think from the gate can be in a more forward position and can give a sight. Gulf of Lion draws well to lead, so I can't see why it's $12 and make it happen over the odds. But I'm with Zar in the first race at Caulfield. Race 2 is a benchmark 78 over the 1100 metres. Clemenceau is the $2.80 favourite, just ahead of Snapper at $5, and Duchess of Dorset is at $6.50. We're going to take a look at the last start trial of Clemenceau at Warwick Farm on the Poly track. So Clemenceau is first up on the weekend over the 1100 metres at Caulfield, obviously. From gate 2 on the weekend, I'm hoping John McNeil can keep it in the 2 wide lines so it can get out in the straight and see what it's got. It's only been given 1 soft trial heading into this, so I don't think it's completely wound up for this assignment. It might not win, and I think 280 is just on the short side, but I've got it on top anyway, and I kid you not, it took me over an hour to split Clemenceau and the Snapper, and I just leant towards Clemenceau. Snapper doesn't like anywhere but Moonee Valley. I took it on because of that. Gate 5 will be forward and give it itself every chance, however. Duchess of Dorset the same, and Destination will be running on late from midfield. But I'm with Clemenceau in the second race at Caulfield. Hopefully it's wound up enough to win this race. Race 3 is a benchmark 78 over the 2400 metres. Point Nepean in the last start winner at Bendigo is the $2.60 favourite, just ahead of Through Irish Eyes at $6. But this was a last start effort of Point Nepean at Bendigo. This was oh so impressive. Won by 5 lengths in a benchmark 84. It did carry the 52 kilos here, so it has to go up to the 57.5, but it just did this oh so easily, and this was only second up. So third up I think will be a lot fitter. In my opinion, I reckon they're trying to get it to the Andrew Ramsden. That's why they've started the preparation here, and I think they want to get it into a Melbourne Cup. So I'm with Point Nepean, but I think the market hasn't missed it. I've got 20 the win on it, 10 the win on Through Irish Eyes, so I still think is a really, really good horse. Has had a hurdle trial in between runs, which is interesting, but I've got $10 the win, a saver on it for Jamie Carr. Busker's Ballad comes over from Adelaide. Craig Williams rides, that's a big tick. Gate 6 will be charging home late, and Wichita Star won a benchmark 64 last start, so has to be considered. Point Nepean. Race 4 is the listed Galilee Series final over the 2400 metres for the 3-year-olds. The Cunning Fox is the $4 favourite, just ahead of Celestial Fury at $6, and Mamounia for James Cummings is at $5 as well. This was Mediaro's last start effort behind Animo. I think this was in the Rosehill Guineas, where there's good horses in this race. Animo won by 6. This horse only finished 3 lengths off Converge, and at this stage of the race, it's matching motors with Forgot You. That form, I reckon, is good enough for this race. It just faded late, but I reckon getting back onto a good track will suit this horse. From gate 1, can hopefully sneak runs and get a little bit closer. And if it gets luck in the straight, I reckon it's the one to beat Mediaro. I've gone with the Sydney Raiders here, both of them. 10 the win also on Mamounia for Jamie Carr, who was it was a sound effort behind Honey Creeper last start up in Sydney. They both come down here. I think the Cunning Fox's last start win, that race can't be trusted. I think it was a bit of a blanket finish, but it won that race, so it's got to go in there. Ashley Boy in for 4th, and pack it out just in case. But I'm with Mediaro in the Galilee Series final. Race 5 is a 3-year-old fillies handicap over the 1100 metres. Najmati is the $6 favourite. It's a wide open race. $7 for Dazzling Lucy and $7.50 for Lempicka. But this was Najmati's last start trial up at Randwick. And this was a very solid piece of work. It really attacked the line late. It's been a while since this horse has seen good ground, so that's why it's coming down to Melbourne to get the good ground. Gate 12 will have to get right back, but I'm hoping they go quick enough for it to be able to run on, and I reckon they're going to have it wound up for this assignment, and I think it should be a touch shorter. The only query is how far back it'll get from the gate, but I reckon it's the one to beat. It's the best horse in the race, so I've got it on top. Dazzling Lucy in there for second, was a good winner of a benchmark 58 last start. Draws gate 10 will have to get back, but will charge home with Najmati. No Way Ever will settle right up on the speed and give itself every chance if it does turn into a bit of a sit and sprint. And Lempicka just draws a touch wide, but John McNeil goes on, which is a big plus. With Najmati in race number 5, hopefully it can win. Race 6 is a fillies and mares, benchmark 84 over the 1100 metres. Jump the Broom is the $3.10 favourite, just ahead of Juan Diva at $7, and up the top at $8.50 is Chassis. This was the last start effort of Jump the Broom at Mornington. This was a very, very, very good win. The second horse, Typhoon Harmony, made a run around it while it was held up, Jump the Broom, and it still managed to get out and soar over the top of it late. Gate 9 on the weekend, I'm hoping it can settle outside the leader. I think it'll have enough speed to cross. Or one out, one back if something wants to take it on. I reckon it's going to get the run of the race, and I'm hoping it can make it another career win in a row. I don't think it's been beaten yet, so hoping it can continue its run of form. I've got it on top. Capriccio's usually good fresh. We'll get a long way back, but we'll be charging home late. Chassis the same, but Kieran and David Eustace have taken over this horse, and it can do well. Forever Free beat Midwest last start, which is pretty good form for this too. But I'm with Jump the Broom in race number 6. Hopefully it can stay unbeaten. Race 7's the first of the features. It's the Group 3 Easter Cup over the 2,000 metres, and Pondus is the $3.80 favourite, just ahead of Zaydani at $8, and Russo not in the field yet, but $9.50 as well. This race at Flemington, the quality we're taking a look at. I had all these horses in my top 4, but only one horse in my top 2, and that is Secret Blaze. But I'll get to the others first. So Pondus, I was happy to take on at the price. This was dominant, but if it's a sit and sprint, it's cooked, and I couldn't trust it. Grand Slam can win. It's drawn a touch wide, might have to work early. But Secret Blaze should get a good run. Craig Williams back on suits, has had a hurdle trial in between runs, which usually sparks a horse up. Beat Grand Slam on that occasion, and I think at $12 from gate 8 can hopefully sit midfield is a good price. So I'm with Secret Blaze in the Easter Cup. Spirit Ridge will be right up there on speed, giving itself every chance for Jamie Mott. Grand Slam already talked about, drawn wide but can win for Jamie Carr. And Pondus I'm happy to take on at the price, but I'm with Secret Blaze in the Easter Cup, good price. Race 8 is the Group 3 Victoria Handicap over the 1,400 metres. Ayrton is the $2.60 favourite, just ahead of Kiss on All Four Cheeks at $6 with Blake McDougall in the saddle. But we're going to take a look at the Golden Mile, and this was the last start run of I Am Superman. I think it should have finished closer to Cherry Tortoni here. I Am Superman just did not like being inside of Crosshaven, and Crosshaven's a pretty big boy, so I can see why. But from gate 5, Jamie Mott should put it on speed, this horse. It's one of the horses in the field that I think will get the best runs of the race, and I'm hoping it can just get that suck run off the speed and see what it's got late. I reckon it's one of the best horses in the field, and the market's slightly missed it because of its last start run. So I'm with I'm Superman. Ayrton, slight little query, gate 2 with a big field. Where's it going to get to? Will it get stuck? $2.60 is a tad short for mine. Streets of Avalon was mighty impressive in the All-Star Mile, only being beaten by Zaki, and I'm Thunderstruck. Gate 1 it can win, and Kiss on All Four Cheeks will be charging home from gate number 6. But I'm with I'm Superman in the Vic Handicap. The last race is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1,600 metres, a wide open field. Glyn of Hope is the $5 favourite. Do Sir at $7.50, and Tabay Shaw is at $7. Now this was Glyn of Hope's last start run at Sandown, where it just was narrowly beaten to My Whisper. My Whisper's come out of this race and won the Aurora Stakes up at Morphettville. It'll go into the Australasian Oaks, I assume. But this was Glyn of Hope's last start run with 61.5 kilos, and it nearly ran down My Whisper. On the weekend, I'm pretty sure it carries 55 kilos for John McNeil, so from gate 6, hopefully he could get to midfield, and like what we saw with Deep Strike last start, can just blast over them late and win. I had trouble splitting this horse and Fortunate Kiss. Fortunate Kiss always seems to get held up in its races, but if it gets clear luck in running, I reckon it could win very easily. Son of Emperor will be up on speed where there looks to be no speed, so I reckon it's a chance for Jamie Carr, and Today's Shaw in there for 4th. Good luck everyone, I hope I back a winner, I hope you do too.